Now, our next guest is a man of many, many, many talents, as well as hosting the hugely popular quiz show Pointless. He's become a global best-selling author, selling millions of copies of his hit series, The Thursday Murder Club. It is, of course, the brilliant Richard Osman. Welcome, Richard.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. Lovely to see you both. What a great show so far.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see if we can continue it.
Richard was saying he was sitting over there wanting to get involved all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone who comes on, Martin Lewis. Martin, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
The doctors who were so brilliant, weren't they? I just wanted to sit and say thank you. But yeah, anyway, listen, carry on. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, that's all we've got time for.
You can leave now. You can leave now.
I just cannot... Well, I can. The success you've had. I mean, you've sold over 10 million books worldwide now. They're saying it's the next Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, isn't it? Is that what you're doing? It's kind of annoying his success, his prolific success.
And I felt like I never had to really read the brief because Craig has been talking about you all evening last night, weren't you?
Well,
he's like your #1 biggest fan.
The Thursday Murder Club is just a fantastic series, and the characters are brilliant, and you become so invested in them, and the way they live and the way they strive to have their best lives, even in this nursing home. They're brilliant, aspirational characters.
Well, it's a joy. You know, I've always written, and about 5 years ago, I thought I've got to write a novel. And again, my mum lives in a retirement home, and I just met some of these people. I thought, that's the thing I have to write about. I have to write about this generation, the extraordinary things they've done, and the life that's still in them, and the adventures they have, and the counter side of that, you know, grief you're talking about later. So I thought that's what I want to write about. And yeah, people have really, really taken it to their hearts, and around the world as well, which is so lovely, because I love writing them. I love the characters, and to share them with people is it's just a dream.
Is there anything that you do to develop your writing, or does it just come to you? Do you have to go on long walks, or does it come to you during, or do you make notes all the time? How do you develop the stories?
I try. This is the key to writing. If anyone is at home writing, the key to writing is do anything you can to stop to not write. So I'll sit downstairs for hours and hours and hours and go, I'll just watch Bargain Hunt, you know, and then eventually I go upstairs. The cat will sit on my lap. For like 5 minutes, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to write. And then suddenly something clicks in, one of the characters will say a line, or someone will walk into a room you've not met before, and then, you know, you're writing. But yes, it's all characters. When people fall in love with characters, they'll read your whole book. Do
you have a favourite? Because I'm guessing, I'm going to take a stab that you have a thing for Joyce.
I love Joyce.
Yeah.
I love Joyce because, you know, she writes a diary, so we're sort of inside her head a little bit more. I think all four of them are different parts of my brain. I think I've got a bit of Ibrahim the psychiatrist, a bit of Ron, the Bolshevik Union leader, a bit of Elizabeth the spy, but mostly Joyce, who just has such a kind of... I love her kind heart.
We were saying last night, we just wonder what your IQ is.
Oh, God knows. I don't think it's that big.
We do, don't we, Craig?
Yeah, I think you have a crazy large brain.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, we think it's...
No, if you saw me at home just sort of trying to fix things, you'd be like, oh God, no, this guy's not the brightest.
Okay.
He's not the smartest guy I've ever met.
Wearing cornflakes in your beard.
I was trying to fix the boiler, and I was like, I don't understand this at all.
So, can we have your big announcement, please? So
I've done 4 Thursday Murder Club books, and there will be more. There's more coming back. But this year, I've written a brand new book with brand new characters. So we haven't ever told anyone the title or the front cover. I think we got the front cover. It's called We Solve Murders, is the name of the book. It's out in September. It's a brand new series. There you go, look at that. Sort of like
you've a cover and everything. OK, so this is really happening, Richard.
With a cat and a gun. Unfortunately, it is happening. And it's about a detective duo. It's about a father-in-law and daughter-in-law. The father-in-law has a small investigations company in the New Forest in Hampshire. But, you know, he doesn't really like leaving his village. All he likes going home to his cat, and he likes to make sure he does the pub quiz every Tuesday. That's all he wants. His daughter-in-law is a close protection officer to billionaires around the world, so she's always flying to private islands on private jets. Her life is in danger, and she has to send for the only person who she can trust, which is her father-in-law. Suddenly, he's going around the world on private jets, and he's not happy about it. But it's got all the kind of wit and humour of a Thursday Murder Club. But, you know, you're in St. Lucia, and you're in Dubai, and, you know, it's such an absolute treat.
This character sounds very familiar. Might he be sitting on the sofa opposite him?
Well, do you know what?
You have to travel. You'd rather be at home with your cat.
That's sort of where he came from, Steve, who's that guy. I thought whenever I go abroad, and it's lovely to go, I know it's lovely, but I'm always like, I just want to sit at home and watch the snooker, really. And I just thought, what if I had a hero who was forced to travel around the world on private jets and is not happy about it. I don't travel around the world on private jets, by the way. So, you know, he's literally on a private jet and they don't have beer or crisps. And he's like, oh, God, this is the worst. So, it's, you know, I just force him into, because he loves his daughter-in-law so much and she loves him, I force them into this kind of, this unit that has to solve murders.
Are you nervous? Because the Thursday Murder Club, they're so familiar and the characters are so charming and lovable. It's a safe place to write from, I would imagine, because you know them so well. Going into new territory, does it feel like that kind of difficult second album kind of situation?
You know what? I was nervous at first. It's like going to a new school. And I thought, you know, can I do this? And for the first 3 chapters, I was like, you're not Joyce. You're not Ron. And actually, 3 chapters in, I went, oh, my God, I love you. And that's the moment when, as a writer, you think, OK, I think this has got legs, because if I like the characters and if they're surprising me, I think, oh, good, I think people at home will like them as well. And, you know, there's 3 main characters, the father-in-law, daughter-in-law, and a woman who's the world's best-selling crime novelist. She's like Jackie Collins, and she's kind of the third wheel. And the 3 of them, when I put them together and they start talking to each other, I'm like, it runs away. And so I think I love it. I mean, who knows? But I love it.
And Steven Spielberg is also a big fan of your work. He's been in touch. Talk about got legs. I mean, Thursday Murder Club is going to be made into a film. Is that
going to be made into a film? Hopefully filming this August. Amazing casting news, which I'm not allowed to say because it's... but certainly one of the cast is someone who people always say to me, is so-and-so going to be in this film? One of the cast
Judi
members...
Dench.
One of the... Craig, you will not get it out of me. This is not a brown trouser interview.
She's Elizabeth. I'm just saying she's Elizabeth. You should cast her.
But one of the names is someone I never would have thought of in a million years, but is absolutely brilliant. So I'm incredibly excited about it.
Wow, so you've got the film and then it's hugely popular. You've got a series on the way as well. You're in talks to do an actual series.
Of We Solve Murders, yes. And Netflix have bought the rights to We Solve Murders, which is great. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it could be a busy few years. Unless everyone reads We Solve Murders and says, this is not for us, in which case they'll go quiet. But I think anyone who likes Thursday Murder Club will like it. Listen, a lot of it is the same. It's like British humour, there's a few tears, there's, you know, it's
familiar.
Lots of murders.
There's a moment in the last Thursday Murder Club book, and I don't want to give too much away, but someone passes away, and I sobbed throughout the whole thing in the build-up to his or her death.
Yeah.
Clever, eh?
That's good.
When you're writing it, do you get upset?
Yes, I really did, particularly there's a couple of scenes about the character you're talking about. Yeah, if I'm writing it, I'm finishing it and I'm crying, and then when I read it again, I'm crying. So if I read stuff back and I cry and I read stuff back and I laugh, I think, OK, that's the job done. But, yeah, it's... Because it's about older people, I like to talk about grief, or I feel I have to. I like to talk about, you know, death and all of that. I think you have to do that. You have to be very, very honest about how people's lives are, because then you can have... Because there are loads of adventures and there are loads of fun and there are loads of new friends, but there's also difficulty. So, yeah, it was hard to write, but I'm glad I did, because so many people come and talk to me about it.
And so is everybody. I mean, We Solve Murders, not even out yet, being turned into a series already. You've got Steven Spielberg on the phone for the Thursday Murder Club. Well, Big Steve, yeah. Well done, you, Richard.
Most importantly, I need my redemption day on House of Games.
On House of Games,
I have to, because
you were so unlucky, Craig, to get so few points. Like day after day, so unlucky.
I'm so unlucky. The questions didn't suit me, Richard.
Yeah, I mean, every single one of them didn't suit you. It was like, honestly, I felt for you.
Can I give the books back I bought? I bought all of my ones. Well done.
Congratulations. Bring some in.
He's fantastic. Look, it's great, and I'm just loving your work.
Thank you, mate.
OK, take care of yourself. Thanks for coming in. Right.